Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, Tomomi's Collective Exercise TV. I have Larry here, who is my fiance. I'm gonna interview him. Can you tell us about your accident that changed your life?
Yeah, it was my last year in college. I was projected to go second round to the NFL team, the Minnesota Vikings. And I think a lot of people, even in my college, knew that I was going to play professional football. And then I had that car accident on my last year to college. And I couldn't walk for, 2 or 3 months, at least 2 months. And it was pretty bad. What I know now, I wish I would have known then what I could have did to take measures possibly to maybe have like another year or train a little bit differently after I was done. But I just remember wanting to signing bonus to get my dad a house in Virginia, and just had all these things kind of mapped out and planned out for your role model and your inspiration, just to say, hey, I know it's not. I know I can never repay you, but this is just a gesture of just say, hey, I love you, thank you. And then when that car accident happened, man, I was just like tore up, And it was so funny because once Facebook got popular, I had a bunch of people from college contact me, or when they found out that I was around, they're like, oh my goodness, we thought you were dead. We thought you committed suicide. I'm like, what? Why would you think that? Because everyone knew you were going to go play professional football, and you had that car accident. It didn't happen, but I still ended up playing arena football professionally. It just wasn't at the highest level here in the United States. It wasn't the NFL, the most paid professional football. But it was life altering. Sometimes I wonder, you wonder, what if? You can't do that because it will drive you bananas. But I think being able to decipher the difference between what if and what is in the now helped me.
Yeah, we couldn't have connected maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
Minnesota might have retired and came here, Arizona's a beautiful place. It just happened to be that I got drafted by Arizona. Once I known how nice it was, I just never moved. I just left, yeah.
Well, can you tell the accident or how the accident happened? Because it's very scary, but
yeah,
it's like a miracle that you survived.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, I remember my dad telling me the night before, get some sleep, take your tail to sleep. You got a long drive, about an 8-hour drive, to college. Instead of going to bed that night, I went to see all my friends and say goodnight. And on my way to school the next day, I was tired. I didn't realize how tired I was. I guess my wheel line was off to the right. And driving, I fell asleep. And I was on cruise control about 76 miles an hour. And my friend, that was the first year, Kenny Squires, he had gotten his car, so he followed me.
Instead of riding with you.
Yeah, because normally he would be the one driving at that time, and I would sleep. And he said he couldn't sleep for like 4 months. He saw the whole thing, just going off the side of the road, he said he was honking, couldn't do nothing. So basically what happened was my car, the alignment was off the wheel, and it went off the side of the highway, the embankment, and I went down to a trench, and I guess I hit like a pine tree, and it stopped me cold blood. I mean, literally, the doctor was like, if you didn't have a cushioned chest, you would probably be dead, because my steering wheel was bent over the dashboard. And he's like, I have no idea how you survived that. My skull, I still have this little scar somewhere, split open, and things don't hurt until you get out, like the adrenaline is done, and you're like, oh. And then my knee was really messed up. Something was in the dashboard. It jammed in from one side and came out the other, because I could literally almost see through. And it was just like knee guts hanging out. And it was pretty interesting because I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh wow, that's not good. So then I finally went, oh shoot. First I hit, and then it took me a minute and I woke up, and then everything was stopped and it was dark. And I panicked, I'm like, oh my God. I kind of got everything off of me because all of my clothing was on top of me. And I realized what had happened. That woke me up, so then I punched through my sunroof, and that's how I got exited the car. But
It's crazy. You got out of yourself.
yeah, punched through, and I climbed through the sunroof, and my boy was at the top of the highway, and he was looking. I was like, "Yo, Kenny, you got a flashlight?" He was like, "No." I was like, "You don't have a flashlight?" So then I crawled there was some weeds up the side of the highway, so I kind of weeded myself up, and I sat down. That's when I saw my knee, and I was like, "Oh!"
You're bloody, right? Your
Yeah,
chain.
yeah. It was all busted open, and he was like, he looked at me, and he was just like, he just stood there.
He traumatized.
Yeah. And then I think I called him. I had a cell phone. I called the police, and I remember going to go look at the car. I don't know, about a month or so later, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, whatever it was. And it was looking at that. Literally, you could step inside the engine block, and it was all the way to where damn near, like someone can stand inside the bumper. You couldn't see them from the side because that's how hard I hit the tree. My car, I guess, did like
Something like.
yeah. So this is the tree, and the car just did like that, and that's how deep it was. I almost could have like killed me. I didn't have my seatbelt on or nothing. Yeah. So I always say this. That was Ethel Burnell, Little John Jones, who saved me.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, she just did something, you know, because.
That sounds horrible.
And then it makes me think, like, man, like, was there a reason why that happened? It's just interesting. Like I say, the what ifs will haunt you and really mess with you. You can't. You gotta do it in the nows. The what ifs just get you.
Yeah.
Great question.
You're doing great though. You just living the best that you can be, right?
Trying to live my best life, yeah.
Yeah.
Men have body image issues. We all do.